What's kind of been the attitude of the team as you got back at it after the loss?
Yeah, it's just time to buck up. Middle of the season, had some really good games, had some tough games, but it's a long year. There's more than just one game. Can't let one bad game kind of cast a shadow over the rest of the year. And so it's just been positive, moving up, moving onward, but also, a real self-reflection, looking inward and being realistic with ourselves, being strict with ourselves and, very critical. But it's just been a combination of all the good stuff.
At the midpoint of the season, how would you kind of assess where the offense is at, versus where you kind of expected it to be?
Yeah, really good offense. Potential is there. We've seen, for whatever reason, we've been a really good second-half team. So if we can just simply find a way to connect early on and just play the way we do the second half, we'll score a lot of points. We'll take a lot of pressure off our defense. But the pieces are all there. We all know that. Anybody who sees our team knows that. We just gotta play better football the first half.
How frustrating has it been for you with all the different receivers, opening one week, not the next,
Yeah.
and all that?
No, it hasn't bothered me. We have so many good receivers, and there's something about, when one of your guys goes down, you always find a way to have the other guy step up. And for us, and for me as a quarterback, it's been a blessing to have so many different guys find their role. And now when you bring back, we all know Puka and Gunnar were hurt early on in the year. When you have them back like we do now you have the emergence of everybody else to go along with them. So I think it makes it harder for defenses to scheme for all of them, and it's been good for us.
Is there anything you guys have talked about kind of doing differently to fix those slow starts offensively in the first half?
Yeah, just more in practice. We implement a lot more time, going against our defense, call it good on good. Just starting fast in practice, emulating a game. And so that's something we really have been focusing on. And, obviously you got to go do on Saturday. You can practice all the things you want, but until you do it, it doesn't mean anything.
Jaren, what's the evolution like as you develop your reads? Because sometimes you're running those timing routes, or you're trying to hit a guy, breaking, throw him open,
Sure.
things like that. And other times you're trying to make that first, second, third read. How does that evolution? How's that work for you?
Yeah, it depends on what the defense is doing. Man is a little different than zone. Zone is you can find more space. Timing's a little different. Man, you can really find ways to throw guys open. So, in zone, oftentimes you're going through your progressions, and in man, you have a good matchup. You're keen on that matchup. If it doesn't work, then it's usually to a scramble drill, or maybe someone pops open. So just depending on what they do, it's different. But you see all those different looks.
What's the number one thing that stands out about that Arkansas defense when you look at them?
Physical defense, really experienced front seven. It's kind of been the story all year is great front seven, and then these guys have a very physical secondary as well, very experienced, great athletes. So it's another good defense, it'll be another good challenge for us.
As a quarterback, does it get your juices flowing to play an SEC team with the reputation?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've been to a couple SEC stadiums. I haven't played yet, but just to watch and remember those feelings. I'm playing against a couple of those teams. It's pretty special. That's kind of the heart of football. It's just football's come into the country and kind of blown up over the years. And so to be able to play an SEC team is pretty special. We're looking forward to the challenge.
As an offense, have you guys talked at all about kind of using the middle of the field more over the next couple of weeks? Has that been a talking point at all?
No, we always have options to go over the middle, but when your receivers and your tight ends are working so well outside on matchups, you tend to take it. Last game we had a couple big throws over the middle because the defense gave it to us. So, we always have a guy in position to take advantage of that, but, just whatever the defense gives us, we take.
So after the game the other night, you said the week leading up to the game was a different story as far as your health.
Sure.
You felt fine.
Yeah.
This week, have you practiced every day?
Practiced every day. Been back to it. It's mid-season. Everyone gets dinged up. I was dinged up, a couple weeks ago, and I've been battling through that. But I feel a lot better this week. Have more practice reps, and I'm confident for this Saturday.
Was there any consideration for you last week of whether you were going to play or not, just in the middle of the week, just kind of how you're saying, how you're feeling?
No. The mentality was to play all the way through and just go day by day.
What's the biggest change for a game in the middle of the day? Because you guys are so used to kicking off late at night.
Sure. It's true.
Thanks, ESPN.
8:30, man. That's late. Yeah,
so
for sure.
When you get a 1:30 kickoff like this week, what's kind of the biggest change for the game day?
Yeah, we've adjusted our schedule. We wake up earlier during the week. We'll get up earlier on game day, but mainly just the week schedule. We don't usually wake up early to lift and do other things, but that's what we've been doing. So our sports scientists, they've just come onto our staff this year, made a lot of great changes for us, and this week they've emphasized that, getting up, getting the juices flowing, and just being ready to do the same thing on game day.
All right, thanks, Jaren.
Thanks, guys.